From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, I'm Jessica OOSTHUIZEN. Joining me today is IoT.nxt Mining Director of Partnerships Eric Croeser, Deloitte Associate Director Jan-Adriaan Plessis, and MineRP Marketing Vice President Empie Strydom to discuss the future of the intelligent mine. Joining me first is Eric and Jan-Adriaan. Gentlemen, what major changes and trends have you picked up on in the last year with regard to the intelligent mine in South Africa?
I think from an intelligent mine perspective, mining industry in general is at a tipping point. I think about a year ago, mining executives and the mining industry was still trying to sort of understand what digital is going to mean. I think it's been adopted that it is a massive opportunity to lift efficiency and run the business better, and really starting to embrace the technology to make better decisions in better time, and really assisting people in just running the operation better.
Jan-Adriaan, what have you observed?
I think if just to take a step back, we release a report annually referred to as Tracking the Trends in Mining, where we do industry research to sort of identify the top 10 trends that will keep mining execs sort of awake at night. Last year, digital transformation was on the list for the first time. This year it's number 1. So I think what we've sort of seen in the market is that mining companies have sort of woken up to the value that digital can enable within their organizations. And as Eric mentioned, the ability to leverage digital technologies to really improve the intelligence in the way the operation is run on a daily, weekly and monthly basis. I think if you look at mining historically, it's always information is not timely, it's not accurate, it's not complete, and it really hampers organizations' ability to really sort of manage effectively. So that's sort of the trend that we see.
Eric, what is the future outlook of the intelligent mine in South Africa?
I think the key word around what I believe is the future outlook is leverage. The fact that organizations can start leveraging platforms, firstly, leveraging assets and leveraging technology. We believe that from an ecosystem approach, and that is the way that we've come together, is to offer an ecosystem value to the client, where the client is part of the ecosystem. By leveraging ecosystems and using the leverageability of all of these different technologies, you can really drive change a lot quicker. And from an agile perspective, it's all around trying to get some ideas out there, develop them, start implementing them, and if they fail fast, fail forward, and then move on to the next thing.
Joining the discussion is Empie. Empie, what do you believe the future holds for the intelligent mine in South Africa?
I think the future of intelligent mining is driven by mining's need to be more effective with the resource, as well as efficient in the way that they exploit those resources. So as we see mines adopt technology and adopt digitization, it'll impact on the type of people that are employed by mines. So we will see a change in the way that mines are operated, a change in the workforce that are employed, a change in the kinds of skills. But we also see how that probably enables much greater efficiency in mining, so that smaller mines can operate individually or as groups together. The fact is that post the GFC, we've seen a lot of portfolio mergers and assets being sold off and bought by other companies. And in order to do this, mines have to be able to create scenarios, and that takes integrated data sets. So I see that integrated information from the technical understanding of the resources and how it will be exploited to the financial side will become a daily or will become present on mines continuously, and mines will use that to understand how to mine more efficiently.
Jan-Adriaan, what is your opinion?
I think you can sort of categorize it into 4 sort of broad dimensions, and it links to what Empie said. I think firstly it is about the way decisions are made, more holistic, more accurate, more timely, more real time, and I think it's also more a management by exception way of work than sort of looking at all the data and trying to find the answer to your question. It's more a management by exception way of work. The second thing is So what skills will be required? There will be different skills. There will be a sort of a repurposing of certain jobs. I think that will be a big change. I think the way resources are managed, from your physical assets to your people to your actual resource underground, will be managed in a completely different way. And I think lastly is, as Empie mentioned, there will be a lot of value generated from this, and it's also about how that value is shared, not only with shareholders but the broader ecosystem. I think there's a lot of value in this, and the more value generated, the more value there is to share. So I think that's a very exciting thing from an intelligent mining point of view.
Lastly, Empie, why are multiple role players needed within the intelligent mine?
Well, I think there are two perspectives on that. The first is that from a vendor or a advisor perspective, each one of the traditional companies who play within this technology world have a lot of depth of intellectual property inside, and they've got a lot of understanding of mining. But it is typically narrow within their traditional skills area. As we put these different companies together, and we add advisory companies together that can help mines to adopt the technology sustainably and change the way that their organization functions, the ecosystem and the synergies that emerge add a lot of value and exponentially so. And then secondly, the speed of innovation that takes place today also requires that mining companies themselves get involved in the innovation, and they don't leave it to the providers. So I expect that mining companies, or not only expect, I see that mining companies get involved in the ecosystems themselves. So various ecosystems are starting to emerge that are filled by both mining companies who adopt and test the ideas that are being generated, and mining companies and vendors together that work together to create new solutions that solve the individual problems that companies have.
That was Eric, Jan-Adriaan and Empie discussing the future of the intelligent mine.